Before we get into this week's video, we wanted to take a moment and let you know about a podcast that we have started with some great friends of ours called RV Trash Talk. It's all about unfiltered tips, tales, and fixes from the road. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So please, take some time, go listen to the podcast, and then let us know what you think. Thank you. So I'm here with my friend Rob from Nomadic RV Solutions, and we're working on our friend's wheel bearings today. So we thought we'd break out the camera and show how we do. So mostly more how Rob does, I think.
So the first thing is we jack it up. Supposed to do it from the frame, but we can do it from the U-bolts as well.
Yep, either one is safe to do.
Yep. Next thing we do is get the tire off, obviously, and now we have this little dust cap right here. Basically just protects all the stuff right in there, lets you get access to it so we can throw some grease in there. Now we have our castle nut and the lock washer in here, so I'm just gonna pop this off.
Now you might, when you take your dust cover off, you might run into a cotter pin system,
yes.
Situation, which is fine too.
Yep.
Neither one is better than the other. And then you just remove that big nut.
For the most part, this thing is actually
looks pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah, it does look really good. That was one of the things that we were kind of worried about, whether or not the bearings were going to be good, but I think she's going to be a-okay. Throw some new seals, new grease in.
I'm trying to get that big washer out.
Yeah,
so there's a big washer in here afterwards. Actually.
I was going to say, that's what I usually do.
Yep.
I just pull it some.
There we go.
Bam.
Get that cleaned
Actually, that
off.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually. Pretty. Now the moment of truth. Looks not bad.
No, the heads actually look pretty good too. A little bit of dust and stuff in here, which is fine. We'll get that all
kind of
cleaned
expected.
out.
So then what we'll do is we'll get this all cleaned up, remove that inner seal, replace the inner seal after we clean up the bearings and repack them, and then we'll throw it back together. Now you can start.
So we filled out our
bearing
packer.
So these things are worth their weight in gold.
Oh
if you do bearings at all to repack them, it's a saver. So we got the spindle all cleaned up. I should say Rob did. We pulled the rear seal on that drum, got it all cleaned up. We're getting ready to repack the bearings with this bearing packer. So basically what he'll do is put that bearing in there and put the handle on there, and you just push down on it and it's going to squeeze. Yeah, I gotta
get a little leverage here. There we go.
I've been known to have to stand on mine before. And it'll push the old grease out. You can see the old grease coming out. And once you see all fresh new grease, it's pretty much repacked. Right there, bam.
It is a little messy.
It is a messy job, but it's better than having a bearing blow out on the side of the road, or seizing up on you and having to have your spindle replaced. So now he'll pull that bearing out, slap some more grease onto it, and drop it into the hole in the drum. And then we'll put the seal on it, and we'll start putting it back together. It's not a horrible job.
It's relatively easy.
It's a quite easy job.
It's scary.
The first time or three that you do it.
Yeah. Just because nobody really pulls the whole brake assembly apart.
So, and it's messy. I mean, look at we got some towels down and trying to not make a mess, and Rob's hands are all sweaty, so he's fighting with his rubber gloves so he doesn't get grease all over the place when he pulls that inner bearing out. And we were able to, the customer was able to source the grease right at Walmart. So we're using Red and Tacky by Lucas. And the seals she ordered through Napa online and went and picked them up locally. And it was pretty easy. We got the size of the seal to use by the axle tag number and looked it up online, and it gave us all the sizes for the bearings and seals and all that good stuff. So
a little hint is, if you ever get a chance to get into your rig, take a picture of that axle the axle sticker, because a lot of times they do go away after time.
Oh yes.
But take a picture of it, put it somewhere safe, because you will need it at some point.
Yep. Our last rig, our Solitude, both of our axles lost their tags after about 4 years.
Get this up here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Getting it all greased
Nice
up.
and yummy.
Throw some grease inside there.
There's going to be haters on there that are like, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing this.
Oh yes. This is how we do.
Everybody has your own way of doing it.
Yep. This is not how to, this is how we do.
Yep. All right. Drop that in there. Make sure we're seated okay. Take a little bit of paper towel on
Trying to
this.
clean up a little bit as you go.
Make everything a mess.
Right.
Knock some of the old grease out of here too.
Get that old stuff out. Absolutely. Trying to avoid cross-contamination as much as possible.
And then, all right. So the seal has a front and back. You can see the channel. That's the top. That's the inside. Now the big thing here is it wants to go in flat.
Well, you want it to go in
you
flat.
want it to go in flat. So there are obviously there are tools that can actually do this, but for the lay person, this tool right here is the old 2x4, and this is the persuader.
You just tap it around.
You can see it's starting to go in. The 2x4 obviously is going to make it so it's flush.
Almost. You can definitely hear the tone change once it bottoms.
Yep.
Once it's flush with the drum. So.
All right. So once we got that, then it's just a matter of reassembling everything. So we cleaned up the spindle. We cleaned up pretty much everything out here. Cleaned up the inside of the drum. There's a big pile of brake dust over here. I am going to hit this one more time. Let's get this all out.
Yeah, you don't want to leave any grease on your drum or on your shoes of your brake pads. Brake Clean does a pretty good job of removing that grease. I don't know about you, but I like the smell of brake clean.
I sort of like it's fun. I love doing this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So now the thing is, take this and
You want to go on as square as you possibly can without nicking or twisting that inner seal, that we just put in. Because that's where a lot of your problems start, is if that seal goes bad, or you put too much grease in, or during assembly you knock it out of alignment. So.
all right. So next thing we're gonna do, now we got the small one. So we're gonna do the exact same thing.
Basically this exact same thing. Yeah.
Put it in there. Get some leverage. Oh.
Won't be able to see it now as we got it all greased inside.
Going down. Yep. Yep. One more.
Yeah, the little ones are always easier, in my opinion. Yeah, you can see how dark the old grease coming out on the ends is. So that's the old grease. That's what we want to do, is push that old stuff through and get new stuff in there. And
having a garbage can is definitely handy.
oh, for sure.
Actually, it goes.
No, you're
this
right.
way.
Yep. Yeah, make sure you put your bearings in correctly. That's all. There you go.
Oh, I should have brought more gloves. Actually, I have more gloves. These are good, but man, they get sweaty.
Yeah, they do.
Gross. All right.
So we didn't replace the races or the bearings. So if you replace the races, most of your assemblies get torqued down to 50 foot-pounds and then backed off, and we'll show you what we mean by the back off here in a moment. But that'll seat that inner race and the bearings together at 50 foot-pounds.
There we go. All right, and you can tell when it's in too, because it'll actually get right into place there.
It'll be nice and flat.
All right,
right in there.
Yep. Now we just go back opposite.
Yep.
Put the D-washer on. Big nut.
Big castle nut. Yes.
Oh crap, I didn't bring channel locks. Do you have channel locks?
Yes.
Down a little more than hand tight. And you can tell because all of a sudden it won't spin, but we want to make sure everything is tight, nothing should be rattling. Then what we're gonna do once we're tight, we're gonna back it off a half a turn. Or a quarter turn, actually.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah. And again, just make sure nothing's rattling around. If it's rattling, you can tighten it up a little bit.
Yep.
But that's what you want to hear, nothing. Once that's in place, take your lock washer thing. I don't even know what it's called.
Lock ring or cotter pin if you have the cotter pin system. Bam.
Snap right into place.
Give it a wiggle again, give it a turn.
Couple spins, make sure we're good.
Yep.
And we're good. And then we just put it back together.
Yep, so that's pretty much how we do wheel bearings or repacking. And yeah, hope this helps. Thanks for watching.